An emerging trope in children's cinema that I'm going to call the millennial fantasy of the healed family. I first noticed it when watching Steven Universe, which, spoilers, at the end of the first series, we find out that the big bads are not just evil imperialists, which they are, but also the main character's relatives. And he decides to not just beat them in a battle, but to literally go into their heads and change the way they see him. He finds the right words in the right moment and ultimately succeeds. And he fundamentally brings, galactic peace through healing the family unit. This is a trope that you can also see in Encanto, is a great example of this. Abuela is arguably the antagonist of that film, and we find out that the way she's acting is because of her trauma, and the main character finds the right words, the right moment, and finally gets through to her. They heal, and everything is better afterwards. Luca could fall under this umbrella as well, even Frozen. The main plot is about healing your family, and then through that, solving the bigger problem around you. And family reckoning is not a new concept for children's media. That's something a lot of families struggle with. So it often does show up, like The Little Mermaid. That's a whole plot of her dad finally accepting her. But it is often the B plot. As children's media has moved away from romance as the A plot, they've had to figure out how to tell different stories, and this is one that a lot of people can relate to. And I do specifically think that, especially among millennials, although this can be across generations, we have this whole cohort of people who are finally doing the work to try to heal their own trauma. Many of us are struggling with our own relationships with our parents. We have a huge amount of people who are either going no contact, low contact, gray rocking, these people in our lives who are not able or willing to meet us where we are. And there is this deep-seated fantasy when you're in that position that if you just found the right words, found the right moment, and conveyed it in the best way possible, you would finally get through to those people, and they would finally see you for all that you are. They would finally welcome you, and you could all heal together. This is also such a fundamentally queer fantasy, because there are so many of us who've been rejected from our families, either explicitly or implicitly, because of who we love or how we live in the world. And there is this deep desire to still maintain those relationships and make those other people grow, finally get rid of their stigma and their bias and their hatred, and just appreciate you for who you are, and by extension your community. I don't know what that says about us, that that's something we're fantasizing about so frequently and that it's showing up in our media. And the sad thing is, it is often just a fantasy, but every now and again you hear of it actually working, right? And you dream that maybe next time it'll be me. I don't know. Does anybody else notice this, and what do you make of it?